Hey there! Today I'm going to be walking you through our campus reporting dashboard for franchisees. This interactive dashboard showcases reporting across your digital marketing initiatives and includes real time metrics from search, social, and programmatic. Let's dive in. When you first log in, you'll see this reporting suite page here. You'll notice you're under the campaign reporting section of the reporting suite. This will be your primary reporting dashboard. The first report you see here is called the cross-channel report. This report will only populate if you are running in more than one digital marketing channel. This is a roll-up report that gives you a quick snapshot of how things are performing across Google, Meta, and programmatic tactics. A couple items to note: you can change the date range here in the top right corner. The default on this report is lifetime, but you can adjust this to whatever time frame you'd like to analyze. Also, the graph is interactive. You can adjust the dimensions you'd like to compare and analyze, as well as the time granularity of your choosing. For example, if you've been active for more than a few months, it would make more sense to analyze your data at the monthly granularity. As you scroll down, you will see various data cuts of this dashboard. The first here are platform level metrics. You can adjust the columns to the metrics of your choosing. One metric we often get questions on is site activity. Site activity is considered any and all desirable actions that we're able to measure and attribute back to the campaign. These can be form fills, phone calls, or desirable page engagements. These are typically predetermined by your corporate team. The next tab is ad type. Within each platform, there are various types of ads we might run. For example, within Google, we might run both search and performance max campaigns. The next tab is line item. This might also be called campaigns in other reports. These are specific campaign cuts that are built within each platform within a single initiative. For example, in paid search, we might have budgets broken out by brand keywords versus intent keywords to ensure budget is allocated appropriately. Now let's jump to the Meta Ads tab. If you have Facebook or Instagram active, this is where you will see more granular data associated with those campaigns. Once again, you can adjust the timeline of your choosing, and you can adjust the graph to the data you'd like to analyze. One quick item of note: in the top right corner of this report, you can change the focus or KPI of the metrics at the top. If you want to switch the primary metrics to engagements, you just select it and it updates. As you scroll down, we're once again able to toggle between various data cuts of your meta reporting. With line item being the highest level, this is where you might have multiple franchise locations broken out. The next tab is campaign. These are specific campaign cuts within a line item that are built within Meta to support this initiative. Similar to the cross-channel report, you can adjust the columns to the metrics of your choosing. You might notice more options here when compared to the cross-channel report because we're getting into more platform-specific metrics. You can also view reporting by creative, so you can see which creative is performing best. We also have data by device. And finally, site activity. Once again, this is a breakdown of any and all measured actions that are currently being tracked within the Meta campaign. And finally, we have geography. Within Meta, geographic reporting only breaks down to the DMA level. So this report is really only valuable for those who are targeting territories that span multiple DMAs or states. Now, let's go ahead and move to the Google Ads report. This is where you will see any reporting tied to your Google Ads campaigns. This can include paid search, LSA, Performance Max, and even YouTube. Similar to the rest of the dashboard, you can adjust the date range, the focus, and customize the graph to the data you'd prefer to analyze. As you scroll down, you'll see data cuts that are very specific to Google. Once again, we have ad type that shows a breakdown of the different types of Google Ads we may have run. Then we have campaign, which shows the cuts of budget within the Google initiative. Next is ad group. Within each campaign in Google Ads, you can have what are called ad groups, which are basically groupings of relevant keywords that we want similar messaging to be tied to. And then we have keywords. This shows the data against various keywords we're bidding on when someone is searching something relevant to your business offering. And then once again, you'll notice some new metrics populating in here. The one we get asked about the most is impression share. Impression share is how often your ad is showing compared to the number of times it was eligible to show. This is directly related to a combination of budget, bid, keyword relevance, targeting, and ad quality. It's important to note that a low impression share in Google isn't always a bad thing because it often just means you're being strategic with your budget. Instead of trying to show ads for every possible search, which can get expensive fast, you're focusing on the right audiences, times, and keywords that drive the most value. In many cases, it's better to win the right impression than to chase all of them. Going back to the tabs, we once again have breakout by device. You'll see some additional devices in this report than we've seen in others. People search in our Search Performance Max ads across various devices, including CTV. Site activity, which shows all tagged activity we're able to tie back to the campaign. Once again, these can be form fills, phone calls, or even specific page views. And finally, geography. For paid search, you can break down geography by country, state, DMA, city, and zip code. When you scroll down a bit, you have an interactive heat map where you can sort by various metrics. And there you have it. Within this dashboard, you have full visibility into your media performance, so you're never left guessing. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to your dedicated team.